So, Luke, a quick question. Can you reflect a little bit on copyright? I mean, at the end of the day, this is going to be a fundamental change where these models will create content for us, but based on other people, trained on other people's work. Obviously, there's violent views about what should happen with this. How does that play out in your mind, and how does the whole world change if there was no real copyright, that really no one did have any, say at the end of it, no one did have any rights? How does that then change the whole economics of filmmaking?
Do you know, Kevin, another really, really good point because I don't think anyone knows the answer to that yet. I think that as we're going along, people are trying to find the answer, but it's, for instance, a generative AI model for video will be trained on probably scraping the internet full of video. And so to find out where all that came from is almost impossible. And it's sort of blinded by the complexity of it. The other thing, there's this thing called the black box of a neural network, right? And this is really problematic in lots of ways, especially for things like copyright and also legislation and compliance. Actually, is that the number of calculations that are going on in an AI system, like those I was saying before, the number of atoms, it's like more than the atoms there are in the universe, calculations going on inside the system. If you imagine that number of calculations are going on, how do you tell how it rationalizes? You don't know, and nobody knows. So even the person who's designing the system has no idea how a neural network gets from A to B because it goes through 40,000 layers of hidden nodes within a neural network. So then you have the question, so how do you then prove that there's any copyright violation going on? So what we did, I used to work for a company called Off the Fence, and right in the early days, TV people were like, not using this because I don't want to get, I don't want to be taken by copyright. Everybody's like, there's another side thing is I found that the industries that celebrate blood, sweat, and tears are the ones that are most reluctant not to use it, and that's fine. But I think we'll all end up having to use it. But in the day when this all came out, it was like, what we're going to do with generative AI? How are we going to make this? And so what happened was that we took all of our back catalogue shots, everything we owned, and it went to a specific bespoke neural network company, and then a program was designed out of that and generated from that footage. So that was the only way we could guarantee that the copyright was absolutely ours. However, I think personally, what will happen is the waters will get so muddy with regards to this that we're going to find ourselves, people are going to do it and you can't do anything about it. That's personally what I think. And we start to see a little bit with the government's move to relaxing personal data with regards to AI in the UK. And even though you got GDPR going on in Europe and it all being quite tight, and we still have to abide by those things, the personal data rules are slightly starting to bend, so that the business or the potential from the business is becoming more important. I think that's probably what's going to happen